Hello from the garage, motorcycle garage. I thought I just wanted to give you a bit of an update, plus go through the full specification of the ST2, Ducati ST2, which you can see in the background there. So firstly, with the ST2, basically I am, well, I've taken the side panels off and basically extended the battery leads so I can take the battery out, because over time it does go flat and it's not easy to charge it. I can charge it, it's just there's no power in the garage, just have to run it around to the front. So I've extended the battery leads down onto the ground with full sort of 16mm wire, thick wire, which is very good conductivity. So I can just drop the battery in there and start it willy-nilly whenever I want, really. So that's that. And I will be getting on to the rear suspension bearings to check them and replace the bushes, just the same as I have done on the Aprilia here, which is just sitting next to me there. There she is. I'm just waiting for parts on the Aprilia at the moment. Got all the bits and bobs laid out on the workbench, which is extraordinarily tidy, only because I tidied it up today. Not normally like that. So anyway, running through the specification of the Ducati ST2 1998, because I've done sort of whiz round but not full spec, so I thought I'd just run through. It would have been interesting to me when I was buying it sort of 3 or 4 years ago, and to actually have full spec sort of read out to me rather than look it up in a book, which is a bit boring, and also sort of about it really. So yeah, it's been a brilliant bike. I've done a lot to it regarding the maintenance, full service right through really. Adjusted the sprockets so it's got a little bit more power, actual deep power as it were. Revs 1000 higher in all the gears, but you've got good pulling power. Yeah, right the way through it really. Front and rear bearings done, which needed doing because they were definitely worn. You could feel it when you turn the bearing. Spark plugs, obviously, leads to really good quality high tension leads. Tyres front and rear, because the tyres are very old and they felt like they were square when you were riding, so that's been done. Managed to get hold of a red and black seat, which needs a bit of work doing. It is leather, and I've also done the work on that. So yeah, plus the rest. So spec wise, yeah, so it's a Ducati ST2, obviously made in Italy. It's sport touring category in 1998, this one. The engine basically displacement is 944 cubic centimeters, which is 57.6 cubic inches for America, etc. It's a V2 4-stroke engine. Power thereabouts is said to be 83 brake horsepower, or 60.6 kilowatts. Top speed supposedly, that's in brackets, 225 kilometers per hour, or that's 139.8 miles per hour. It's obviously 2 valves per cylinder, nice and simple when you do the belts, which I have replaced the belts in there for the timing. It's liquid cooled, 6-speed gearbox, obviously chain rear drive, final drive, front brake discs, dual discs at front, so one either side of the wheel, and a single at the rear. Dry weight approximately 212 kilograms, and that is 467.4 pounds. So powder rate ratio is 0.3915 horsepower per kilogram. seat height is 820 millimeters, which is 32.3 inches. And obviously it's electric start. So that's the sort of basics of it. And I find the handling amazing. Having ridden a lot of bikes over the years, just falls into the corner, but I have done the suspension as well, done the forks, fork seals, and also new fork oil, and try to get the adjustments right. So yeah, that's all been done. Yeah, from a user-friendly point of view, it's a beautiful bike, sounds amazing, and obviously I've got the short exhaust on there at the moment, which are quite loud, and I've also got the normal factory ones as well. Yeah, so riding it's something else. It really does feel like a Ducati, if you know what I mean. It's got the open clutch, dry clutch, which you like it or not like it. Some people don't mind it. I don't mind it. I love it. I have quietened it slightly by putting a fibre plate in extra on the clutch, which has worked really well. You just get the ting 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 now on when you bring the clutch in, when you pull the clutch in, which is pulling the plates apart to go into gear, as it were. So yeah, cornering beautiful. It just tips in when you want it to. Sorry about that. From the way. Braking, well, it's got Brembo brakes. Say no more. Just absolutely on it. Yeah, it'll brake on a penny, as I say, or half or a dime or whatever. And now it's got the new tyres. It just falls into it. Beautiful handling. Yeah, and power, well, it's not supposed to be powerful, really. It's under 100 horsepower, unlike the Aprilia, which is about 140 or whatever it is. So you don't expect it, but actually it revs and it revs and it revs, and it goes, there's no red line, but it will rev and rev and rev, and I've revved it right up to, so have a look here. If you have a look at the clock, there, you can see that it's 11. It goes to 7, 8 when it really starts to pull, and then 9, 10, 11, it just keeps going and keep pulling, because I have restricted the airflow slightly in the box, just slightly. So at higher revs it will draw a little bit more fuel in, which has worked, and that was recommended to me when I had it dyno tested. I haven't had it recently done, actually. I must get that done again because of the work I've done on it, but I reckon it's definitely pulling a lot harder now. Yeah, so, and more open exhaust, just a little bit. So yeah, that's about it. Very pleased with it. What else to say, really? Nothing more. Just very unassuming, sometimes maligned bike, but actually, when you get on it, when you ride it, if you like V-twins, it is ferocious and sounds amazing, feels amazing, and the cornering's amazing, and it will tour with the boxes on the side. Built factory boxes. So I won't go rambling on. Apologise if it's gone on a bit too long, and well, I suppose only 8 minutes at the moment, so it's not too bad for spec, but anyway, I'll keep you posted, because the next thing is getting the parts in for the Aprilia, which I'm waiting for the seals for the rear suspension linkage and dog bone. So all the seals from Griff at AP Workshops. So I put an order in for those seals, plus new nylock flanged nuts. Try and get the right ones. Yeah, and I'm waiting for those. I want some ceramic washers as well, because you can use them with spacers, which work very well to get it bang on when you put it all back together. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it a little bit. It's not too boring, but I'll catch up soon. Thanks, bye.